Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of this tutorial. We are looking at how to create this rendered image of a tree using Arnold renderer in 3ds Max. So far we created a rendering of the tree. What we are going to look at is how to add texture map for the sky, how to add texture map for the landscape. So the mountains are brown on the top. So there's a various shades of color on the landscape and a nice grape shadow. All right. So we have seen so far the rendering. Uh, we are getting nice shadow. So what I was doing was I moved the light down so the shadow will be longer so you can see the stem better. And now what we will do is we will look at how to create the texture for let us do the sky. So I'll go to material editor and I have some material here which I will delete. And I'm using the physical material that works with Arnold. And for the base color, I'm going to use a bitmap. And I downloaded a sky image from the internet and I will assign that. And then we will select this object, assign material to selection. So you get the sky. And then we will add a Uvw Map modifier. So we can control what part of the sky is visible. So we can select the gizmo and then we can move the gizmo around. So I think this looks quite good. Let us render this and then see what we get. So we are going to get longer shadow for the tree and then you can see that we have the sky. Now there's a reflection on the ground that we don't want, and then we also want to create the texture for the ground. I'll cancel this, and what we will do is let me simply copy this one more time and go to default shading and hide the grid. So this is the image. So you can see that there's a mountain here, there's some mountain region here, some mountain region here. Okay, so we can uh, make sure that the whole thing is selected. Okay, and I'll simply print screen this, go to Photoshop and open it. Okay, so we'll go to File, New, Create, Clipboard, and I'll paste it. Okay, now I'll go to Edit, Transform, Scale, and make this image bigger, something like this. Okay, and then we can crop it to the exact side of the screen. Okay, so this is going to be our texture. I need to get rid of this two axis. So we can simply select the color and then change the size and then opacity is 100%. Okay, simply get rid of that arrow. Alright, so we will use the brown color that we want. Okay, and then use the brush. We are using a very soft brush with a big brush size. opacity is less, and then you can click on the tip here, click on the tip here, click on the tip here, and then we can go to further opacity to less, and then we can simply add that brown color coming down from the mountain. Okay, so that's how then you can merge it around. And then the tree is somewhere here. And whatever we erase, maybe we can put some brown, and then you can add some dark green patches if you want. Okay, so we can reduce the density of the right. Can merge that out. Okay, so there's nice shading of colors. And now what we can do is we can go to filter, noise, and we can add some noise. Okay, so maybe just 3 or 2. So if you zoom in there, you get some noise. And then we will go and file, save as JPEG. Then I will just name it G2 round, and then we'll go to max, open material editor, create a new material. This sky material, we will make the roughness 1, and then this material also we need the roughness to be 1, and then we'll drag that bitmap G2, then we'll select this. We don't want this anymore. We'll use that. This is where our scene and camera is. So I'll assign this material to selection, and then you can see that it is assigned. And then if you hit the render button, now the reflection will go away because of the roughness, and you can see that you get dark greens, browns, light greens, so you get a nice variation of texture. Then you get the sky, and then you get the shadows. What happens if we further enhance the, go to wireframe in here, wireframe in here, select this light, go to modify panel, and then increase this to maybe 16. See how that affects the overall lighting. Now it's too dark. Go to as has 13, I guess. Okay, so you get nice shadow for the tree. And then you can add different materials for the tree as well. And now you can see that the shadow is on the left, so we will change the composition a little bit. The camera, right, so it is balanced out, so we get more of the shadow. And So this light will go closer and further down perhaps. Let's see how that works. Creates that bright spot. If you increase the size of the light, this spot can become bigger. So what we will do now is the last step is to create materials for the tree. So I'll create a physical light roughness. All roughness will be 1, and we'll change this color to brown, darker brown. This becomes the stem. The foliage was also reflecting light, so I didn't want that. So this will be lighter green, and we can select 2 of these to assign that. This one, control this one. Then we'll copy this and change this to darker green. Select this. This, control this. I didn't assign the right material. Okay. So I'll copy this, and after I copy, I'll double click it. Then we can use a little yellowish color, yellowish green. There's some issue with the sky, so you can move the sky. And that should be the end of the tutorial. So you get nice brown shades of green. This green and this green matches, so maybe you can work with the colors. This is one color, this is one color. The dark green is darker. The light green is darker as well. Then maybe we can add one more for variety and make it brownish. I think that this should have a dark color, and this should have a lighter color. then the stem should be darker. Just trying different numbers to see how it affects the rendering and overall look of the scene. Okay, so these are things that you need to play around with to get the right look for you. And I think I'm happy with what I get. And so you just need one light which acts as sunlight, and the other one that acts like a reflected light, and then add different colors to finish off the scene. That's about it. Thank you very much.